Hello. Welcome to Mystic Moons. There's actually two signs I was wondering about reading for. And although I typically like to mix it up, somehow Cancer came in strong. So Cancer it is. Give me a second and then we'll get started. Okay, let's go and start. So, welcome to Mystic Moons. Where I am today, it is a cold day. It is a snowy day. It's a day probably where I could be somewhere else than home, but I am home. Hello. If you appreciate my time, do let me know. Do give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments to share, please do. If you would like to go and help support the channel, well, that would always be appreciated. You could send a tip my way, a token of appreciation. You could also go and consider becoming a member of the channel. Memberships start at $10. And there are benefits to becoming a member, as well as you also help to go and promote the content that's being done here for the overall community. So it's like a win-win. This reading is for anyone with significant cancerian placements. So if you have a Cancer sun, are there any cancerian suns? If you have a Cancer moon, maybe you have a Cancer rising. Maybe you have significant planets in Cancer, several planets in Cancer, several houses in Cancer. Maybe the aspects in your chart are on Cancerian degrees. Perhaps if you look online, maybe, and find out your signature sign, that could be a Cancerian energy. Anyway, you get the point. There are many different ways to have a predominance of a certain type of zodiac energy in your chart. And so we are exploring Cancer today. How is all the Cancers? How are all the Cancers today? I hope you're doing well. Staying warm, staying comfortable. Cancer, let's get into your reading. What do I have for Cancer? Seven of Pentacles with a Five of Wands. Complicated. Lots of moving parts, Cancer. Have to go and think out your next stages, your next moves carefully, Cancer. It isn't enough, Cancer, simply to be going forward in good energy, going forward. I almost want to say being an asset, being helpful. Because in this energy, strength with Page of Pentacles, very easy to go and fill the gaps, very easily to keep the locomotive, whatever locomotive that you are a part of, Cancer, going. And yet, Cancer, just because you have the energy to participate, doesn't mean you should. Because you have the avenues to participate, doesn't mean you should. Take stock of where you're at right now, Cancer, before you make your next moves. You have a lot going on already, Cancer. Utilize what you have before you create more. Add more to it before you come closer or further. Find out more. Yeah, Page of Cups. 5 of Pentacles. And 2 of Swords. All under a 4 of Swords energy. Strong Libra energy coming out here, Cancer. Even more asking you to go and weigh the decisions that you're about to make. Just don't plop into anything or deal with anything, Cancer, specifically because you're being given an avenue to it. People waiting to go and see your response to it, how you will respond. Cancer, anyone who's waiting for your move, they're not going anywhere. The situation's not going anywhere. And you can pick that up anytime you want. There are more important things, more relevant things to be addressed right now, Cancer. And some obvious things that are dangling in front of your face. And that you know ultimately the benefit that addressing these concerns will get you. Maybe they'll go and get you a momentary bonus, but past that, Cancer, not much. We're talking about resolving in Page of Cups, 5 of Pentacle energy. This is resolving past issues. Perhaps past issues for now, past issues that needed to be resolved before, but we're not really in this energy, Cancer, what's around you, Cancer. Focusing on it, Cancer, will not aid you or enable you or put you in a good position, Cancer, for tomorrow, for the future. So you're being asked, Cancer, to think. You have a little bit of pause, Cancer, a little bit of respite, Cancer. Despite everything that's going on, Cancer, utilize it. Cancer, you may have Libra placements. If you have Libra placements in your chart, take a look at your natal chart, Cancer, and see. If you have natal placements in your chart, Cancer, that is precisely where you cannot continue doing what you have been doing. A need for change is there, Cancer. You have gems, Cancer, that you haven't properly utilized. And you should. Your Libra placements, Cancer, are precisely where things have been. If you have Libra placements, Cancer, that's precisely where, thank you for the like, that's precisely where things have been delayed for you in this energy, Cancer. Regardless if it's the 1st house, the 5th house, the 10th house, the 12th house. If you have Libra energy and those associating planets in their, Cancer, that's where things have been unnecessarily slow, definitely unsatisfactory with the effort that you've been putting out, with the attention you've been getting. You could also be dealing with some Libra placements as well, Cancer. If you're dealing with people with some prominent Libra placements, they're not going anywhere, Cancer. Again, no need to focus on them, Cancer. Energies overall here, Cancer, actually is split between Libra and Taurus. 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles is Taurus. But let's continue a little bit more on this Libra energy before we move on. Also, too, with this 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords energy, Libra, Libra, Cancer. Whatever Cancer was built, let's say during the period of end of summer to early fall last year, whatever you were working on, building, whatever kind of simpatica, good feelings that you have cultivated during that investment you have made during that period, Cancer, of Indian summer and early fall. That was just a brief period of time, Cancer. Like a daydream, a thought that you temporarily fancied, Cancer, and now turned to reality, Cancer. Whatever was built between that time and now, that was just a momentary hole that you were in. That's what it also tells me as well in this energy of Libra. And so, Cancer, whatever you have been involved in from that time period, if it hasn't ended now, Cancer, I do see it ending soon, because Cancer, ultimately that role, that partnership, that environment never was really one for you. It just suited you at that time. Now, Cancer, I'd like to turn to this Taurus energy too before we go off into the main reading. 7 of Pentacles with a 5 of Pentacles. Well, do you also have Taurus placement, Taurasian placements, Cancer? If you have Taurus placements, Cancer, I want to say that's where you've been abused. Maybe abused is too strong of a word. Maybe abused isn't strong enough of a word, Cancer. I really don't like this energy, Cancer. 7 of Pentacles with 5 of Pentacles. You know, 7 of Pentacles has this certain cards, Cancer, when they stand by themselves, certain energies. You know, it's kind of like it. And then when they join other cards, Cancer, they kind of turn into aliens. They turn into monsters. They turn wild. They grow. And Cancer, a 5 of Pentacles with a 7 of Pentacles, is a very unpleasant energy, Cancer. This is slipping and sliding. This is taking. You have a lot to give, Cancer, but a lot is being taken. And it takes a lot still, Cancer, to go and rise above whatever you are in, whatever you have been dealing with. Definitely do not like the vibration, excuse me, of a 5 of Pentacles and a 7 of Pentacles. So, Cancer, if you have Taurus placements, this is precisely where you have either been undervalued, dismissed, exploited. Maybe, Cancer, with that 7 of Pentacles energy, 5 of Pentacles energy, you yourself allowed yourself to take a step back for your own protection. You know, you possibly could have accepted something lesser than you just because circumstances required it. And, you know, in the overall, it provided some traction or a chance for you to gain some traction, but overall not very good energy. If you have Taurus placements, Cancer, that's precisely where You yourself either didn't push your Taurasian gifts or where your Taurasian gifts were precisely the catalyst for people to be allured by you and to try and gain as much as they could by you. Could also be dealing with someone with Taurus energy. If you're dealing with someone with Taurus energy, Cancer, tight. They don't have much to give, Cancer. I doubt in this energy, did they ever have anything to give? So those are some messages, even before we get into it. Something to think about. Could actually leave that right here, Cancer. There's more here. Is that necessary? Maybe we'll go into it a little bit. I don't like these readings to go on for too long. The zodiac ones. But we'll go on a little further. Cancer. 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles are delays. Also, too, the tendency to slip. Of course, no one knows that better than you. Under 7 of Pentacles, the tendency to slip, for things to get out of your control. One little domino break in Cancer is all it needs for a crescendo of something downhill. Likewise, too, Cancer, in this energy, anything being tried to be built up in this connection, with this connection, Cancer, will not happen. Further setbacks, Cancer, in this energy, if you choose to continue. You know, Cancer, in this energy, I'm also going to say, whatever company you have been keeping, whatever routine you have been keeping, they are precisely the elements, Cancer, the vibrational elements, Cancer, that's repelling fortune. Page of Cups. Let's see. I just want to see if I can't get the quality a little better here. I'm not sure if this will be or not. Oh, this looks better, doesn't it? I think it does. Well, it's like there's a network that works better in the morning and a network that works better during the day. Whatever. Anyway, Page of Cups, Cancer. Page of Cups gets 7 of Wands, the Moon, and a King of Cups. So 7s may be relevant to you, Cancer. Partnership definitely is relevant to you, Cancer. Appreciation in this energy definitely is relevant to you in this energy. Page of Cups essentially says, Cancer, don't overextend yourself to situations that likewise show you clearly how much they appreciate you, how much they value you. And if anyone doesn't value you, Cancer, as they should, something to be cut off. Anything that falls short, Cancer, something to be cut off. Because we know in this energy, you are extending, typically, your full attention. And plenty are happy just to take from that, Cancer. Take and give back the barest of amounts of attention. 9 of Pentacles, Star, and 5 of Wands. Contentious. Make sure you don't involve yourself, Cancer, with small things, low-level things, just because they avail themselves to you. Small things are small things are not worth the hassle that they are. That's essentially what I have there. You'll be fulfilling other people's dreams, Cancer, and not getting anywhere closer to your own. Cancer, predominantly here, we have a lot of Taurus. That's followed by a lot of Virgo. I almost want to say, Cancer, watch out for those with strong earth energies, strong earth placements. They won't necessarily support you as you support them. Secondary energies to come out here. Well, 5s may be relevant and 7s may be relevant, Cancer. 5 and 7s are also numbers of transformation. Talking about internal realizations of how to proceed, that how you've been operating, has it been going. And 5s here in this energy speak of the overall environment. The environment itself is hostile. Environment itself is not good. Other energies that come up here besides Taurus, Virgo, 5s and 7s, we have Aquarius, Pisces, Sagittarius, Libra, and Leo. Anyway, Cancer, that is my message for you. And I'd also say with your partnerships that you're looking at, make sure, Cancer, they openly, unabashedly, very obviously convey their appreciation of you, and they also make it worth your while, Cancer, for you to deal with them. That's going to be your signs, Cancer. Also, to anyone who's slightly dismissive, leaves you hanging in any specific way. Going forward, Cancer, they Oh, Cancer, they have the energy to become enemies. As I said, they're using all that you have, and they're giving only the barest of support back. Cancer, now's the time to move carefully. Don't go back, Cancer, and address things that are still open just because you want to resolve it or it's being pressed to resolve it. Your focus should be on the future, immediate future, near future, and you can, Cancer, go back and solve and address anything that needs to be addressed or solved once you're in a stronger position, a strong position. That's my message to you, Cancer. Cancer, if you appreciate my time and energy, do let me know. Do give me a thumbs up, Cancer. I don't recall the other themes of the Cancerian readings I did, but you can check them out on my channel. I did do a Cancerian reading, I believe, Thursday or Saturday. Who's watching you? Perhaps, Cancer, that would be enlightening to you. Anyway, there are other readings that you can check out, the all signs ones and the astrological notes. If you're curious about guidance, whenever you come across seeing it, if you feel called to it, could be a message there. I'll be leaving for a little bit of time. If anybody would like a personal reading, I'm around on this snow day. Until next time.